Let me get her on the air here, and here we go. I am now joined with Indy Pro wrestler Katelynn Pryde. She is with me right now. Hello there.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing real good, and thank you for being on the show this evening.
You're welcome.
And let me ask you before we begin: is this like your first radio interview you're doing?
It is.
Wow, wow. I'm happy to be the first. Because from my understanding, you're gonna be interviewed on a show called Reality Check. I think it's next month or something like that. Um,
Yeah.
I co-host that show. It's an awesome show, and I believe you'll have a good time there. As like you're gonna enjoy yourself here. Paris Kelly, a Mississippi wrestler. I think you're familiar with her. Um,
I am.
and then George Alonso, shout out to him. Um, let's go ahead and begin. What made you decide to be a professional wrestler?
Well, um, my boyfriend wrestled, and I met him at a wrestling show. I went with a friend of mine, and we went to visit her boyfriend, which was a wrestler. And then I met my boyfriend, and I just got to watching and hanging out with all the guys, and it just looked really fun. And I just got in there one day playing around and learned a couple easy stuff, and then I just fell in love with it.
So, how was the whole training turned out for you? I know, like any other form of training, you're gonna have your bumps on the wall. It's gonna take some time. Uh, did you run into some moves that you was having a tough time working on? Or did you like eventually feel comfortable as the process goes on?
Well, we just usually we did just the regular bumps and all that stuff, like you said, and then I like to do like the whole flippy kind of stuff. And the hardest thing to me, which is kind of stupid, that it took me forever to get was a headlock takeover. That was the hardest thing for me to get, and I have no reason, like no clue at all why.
So let me ask you this, Caitlin. Do you remember your first wrestling match? And if so, who was your opponent or opponents? And what company did you work for?
Well, my first match was with Sean Reed. He's also my trainer, and it was with SPW, and it really wasn't that long ago, a couple months ago actually, and it was kind of an easy match because I've been working with him for so long, and we have SPW is my home show every Saturday. I work there every Saturday, so it was really easy for me because I was so used to the people and so used to the crowd, and I knew everybody. So, and I know most people are really nervous and get real freaked out about that first match, but it was just like natural to me because I had done it for so long at the same place.
I'm definitely familiar with that name, Sean Reed. I did interview him earlier this year. Very cool dude, down to earth cat. Um, that's definitely someone that can definitely give you the training here and there. And it looks like things worked out for you. And I mean, how do you feel about your wrestling career? That's like you said, you've been wrestling for a couple of months now. But how you feel about it as it stands right now?
Mm, Well, like I haven't worked that much because, like I said, I've only been working for a couple months. But places like MLW, they kind of like I learn stuff every time I get in the ring. I'm not perfect, and MLW with Destiny and all of them, they helped me out a lot, and just going up there with all those girls and just working out, and they're all real down to earth people, and I always thought that I would be so nervous to meet all those people, and then it just turns out that they're all just great people. Because like watching the shows, they all look mean and vicious, and they're all just big sweethearts. And I really think my wrestling career is gonna keep going on and get stronger, and I have a lot of faith in myself.
That had to be a lot of fun for you to do Magnificent Ladies Wrestling. And the good thing about that company is that they definitely give opportunities to up and comers like yourself, and I've seen that there's also matches available for people to purchase that you are included in. How did you feel when you first got contacted by them? What was your reaction to the whole concept, considering it's custom wrestling and it's fans that books the matches and they get to determine the outcome and what the attire the wrestlers are wearing? Like, how did you feel about that whole concept? Getting into Magnificent Ladies Wrestling.
When I first heard about Magnificent Ladies Wrestling, I was kind of like, oh, that's a little weird. And I wasn't too sure about it. But actually going up there and doing it, it's not weird at all. It's just like wrestling in front of a bunch of friends. That's all it is. And it's really not, people consider it to be kind of like fetish and weird, and it's not. It's really not. We get out there and we wrestle. We just wrestle. It's nothing weird or gross or perverted or anything. We just wrestle. We're women wrestlers that get paid to wrestle. That's all it is. And I was very nervous the very first time I ever went to MLW because I was like, this is weird. There's no crowd. There's 30 girls sitting out here watching me. But after I'd done it and got it over with, it's really easy and quick money. And Destiny is a really good person. And MLW is a lot of fun.
I could definitely understand the part of you wrestling in front of just, it's not an actual crowd compared to a tradition wrestling event or whatever. And that's definitely the biggest misconception about custom wrestling. People just say it's a fetish. I mean, I've been a fan of this company for many years, and they've never done anything fetish esque, if you will. I mean, it's real wrestlers, and all it is just people, fans, instead of bookers. I mean, they the one that they get to determine what the matches are and stuff like that, and they are always quick on anything that people say assume that it's fetish, and it's like, eh. I mean, it's a well-respected company, and it's good that you are there. And you're a Mississippi lady. I not sure if I told you this, but I was born in Mississippi, and I rap hard for anyone that's in the Mississippi area. So I'm happy to see someone like Paris Kelly and yourself, making a name for yourself in the wrestling business. And I truly believe that you're going to have a long career for many years to come. So I'm glad to have anyone that's repping Mississippi to the fullest. Um, you say you're going to be a part of SCW. That's like your main home. Is there any other shows that you have coming up?
Not right now. I had a couple of people ask me, but I haven't really made it official yet. So right now it's just SPW.
So if anyone's in the Mississippi area, go check it out. SCW. Support your local indie pro wrestling show. Of course, I am joined with Katelynn Pryde right here on Triple Threat Wrestling Radio. And yes, this is her first ever radio interview she has done. So, hey, I guess I got bragging rights on that one. Good for me. And you're going to be interviewed on Reality Check Radio in a few weeks. Let the people know I believe that's next month or later this month.
I think it may be. I think it's September the 27th. Maybe I'll have to check my calendar.
I'm sure they'll have it promoted. But yes, check them out. Reality Check Radio. That's going to be on I think that's Tuesday or Thursday show. But I'm sure they'll have it promoted somewhere on the Facebook fan page. Who do you consider as influences in your young wrestling career? Anyone? It could be from the indies. It could be from the pros. I mean, who do you consider as your influences?
Well, Sean is a very big influence, and my boyfriend Corey Daniels, he's a very big influence. I love getting. It's just fun. I love getting out there and having fun with my friends. It makes me happy to get out there and make other people happy. I have, like, in my home show, there's so many people out there that come and they want to see me, and like I talk to them through the week, and a lot of the younger kids look up to me, and I just like being a role model and being something that they can look up to and look forward to every Saturday night.
That's definitely good to hear. I mean, you got, like you said, there's people looking up to you, look at you like a role model. I mean, it's definitely a good feeling when you got young girls saying, I like Katelynn Pryde. She's awesome. I mean, that has to be very rewarding that there's people out there look up to you like that, even though you've been wrestling for just a few months.
Mhm.
So, as your career progress, what are some other goals you would like to accomplish? Like more traveling, obviously more matches, more in-ring time, maybe some main event caliber matches. But what are some goals that you would like to set for yourself?
I really would like to travel a lot more and get to meet a lot more people, and just I'm everywhere I go. I'm open to learn. I want to learn as much as you can teach me.
That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome to hear. And my last question for you is, if you can have a dream match, it could be against anybody, male, female, dead or alive. What would your dream match be? Who would your opponent be?
Hmm. Uh, it'd probably be either me and Sarah Del Rey or me and Melanie Cruz.
That's some awesome choices there. Melanie Cruz, she's a beast in that ring. Sarah Del Rey, from my understanding, she's now a trainer for Florida Championship Wrestling and NXT, part of WWE. So, that's those are some good choices. I mean, and you look like you can, not only you can dish it, but you can take it as well. So, I definitely can see that happening. And they both been at Magnificent Ladies Wrestling before, so who knows? Melanie, she'll probably be there, and maybe you can have that dream match. That's something to keep in mind, since you're going to be with Magnificent Ladies Wrestling more often. And so if you and Melanie gets in the same booking, same tapings, I should say, I say
Mhm.
fans need to book that match. Melanie Cruz versus Katelynn Pryde. If y'all two are in the same tapings in the future, that's something for fans to keep in mind. Keep that in mind. Well, Katelynn, I want to thank you for joining me on the show this evening. Great chatting with you. Make sure y'all check her out, SCW, on the weekends every week. And download her matches at magnificentladieswrestling.com. The new layout will be posted real soon. And again, thank you for being on the show this evening.
Thank you.
You have a good night.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
That was Indy Pro Wrestler Katelynn Pryde joining me this evening.